Okay, so I've been wanting to make an update video for a while now, just quite haven't knew where to start. So today I'm going to start at where I was about 3 weeks ago. I woke up with knots all over, a big knot feeling all over my right side of my chest. And I started rubbing it out. And once I started rubbing it out, there was a lot of knots, a big mass of knots together. And so what happened was I started researching the different disease processes that could lead to that. And also at the same time, I was having severe inflammation in my joints to the point where it was almost paralyzing me temporarily. I could be anywhere walking around and I would just be hit all of a sudden, as soon as I push myself a little too hard, so as soon as any stress hit my body, any kind of stress, physical stress, emotional stress, that would set off the inflammation, the attack. There must be some chemical that's released in your body when you stress that that activated the release of the chemical that inflamed these knots, muscle knots that were all throughout my musculatures. So I would be paralyzed or temporarily paralyzed anywhere, anytime. And I started to try to understand why. So I started to look up different disease processes that also incorporated that. What I found that rheumatoid arthritis or multiple sclerosis, and I was willing to accept that at that point because I was just wanting to be here to see my kids' face. I wanted to be here for their lives, to be there to help them and to guide them, in any way, in any capacity was good enough for me. But the next day I woke up and I felt real tight in my shoulder on the opposite side after I had rubbed out the knots on the right side. So I had started rubbing the knots out on that side, and I just was wondering, why is it popping up somewhere else every day? And so I looked up some type of form of arthritis, and I came up with a parasite. And it was a strongyloid stercoralis. I hope I'm saying that right. And basically, it gets into your body, causes all this more waste, more toxins. So already I had a body where I was probably using the bathroom 50 to 75 times a year, when you should be using the bathroom up from at least 900 to 1,200 times a year, which is 3 to 4 times a day, 2 to 4 times a day. And I was already having issues with my bowels, and I wasn't using the restroom often. So all that together in certain environments, and me, people not washing their hands, unsanitary conditions all over the place. You just encounter all these different bacterias, and my immune system was already compromised because of me being sick for the last few years. And I just believe that I got these nodules grew or invaded my musculature at an excessive rate. And I believe that because they were there, they caused a hyperproliferation. I did a little research on the subject, and I found out about myofascial trigger points, and those are basically the ones that you feel where you surface, and you go to the massage therapist and they find the main trigger point and they rub it out, and you're like, oh my God, thank you so much. I love you. Can I give you a tip? Can I give you a kiss? And it's all really just a game, because they don't actually rub out the knots. They just rub out a tender point through the middle of the knot, and it kind of releases pressure in the whole system of knots that's in that spot, and they kind of even have a guide where they tell you those actual main knots should be. And when you go to the massage, they rub those same knots. I actually looked at those guys and was actually able to follow them to some of those same knots. But I have knots everywhere, but when I did rub those knots at those pressure points, it relieved the pressure in that area, and I was able to rub out a whole lot more knots. That being said, I'm so diverting because there's so much to be said. So anyway, this video is about to end in another couple of minutes, so I'm going to stop it early and recollect my thoughts and let this video upload, and I'll come back. Thank everybody who's been praying for me, and I hope that when I'm sharing this story, you guys are listening to what I'm saying, because there is a message for us all, I believe, in what I'm going through. Keep watching, keep praying.